Marshy's out week to week with an upper body injury. Upper body. So, again, like I said, week to week. Obviously, hard guy to replace, but we're going to miss him. But it creates opportunities for other guys now to step up. Some of our younger players, maybe like a Merkulov or a Poitras, it gives them more of an opportunity. But, yeah, week to week with an upper body.
Joe, we're talking about how's he doing now, just in general?
Marshy?
Yeah.
Well, he's disappointed. I think obviously anytime a player gets injured, he's going to miss some time. They're disappointed, and so I think that's the first reaction. But he'll be back. He'll be back.
On Merkulov, obviously that Lindholm line has been kind of a defensive line recently. But does it need to create some more offense?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that we need more offense, some secondary scoring from not just that line, but all of our group right now. I mean, we've played. I think the last 7 games or so have been 1-goal games, so they're tight hockey games, and Pasta's been doing a lot of driving a lot of the offense with his line. So yeah, we need secondary scoring from all our group.
In Merkulov, I mean, he's obviously an offensive guy. Has he been too cautious, or what do you see from his game right now?
I don't think he's been too cautious. I don't think he's had. If I look back at the game from Minnesota, didn't really generate that many scoring chances. Our whole group didn't. Both teams didn't, as a matter of fact. It was a tight checking game. There wasn't a lot of easy ice out there in that particular tilt. So, but no, Merck's there with Coyle and Lindholm starting the game to drive some more offense and help us create some, especially through the neutral zone. In transition, coming up with some speed, carrying the puck, and then even in the offensive zone. He's here to be responsible defensively, but he's here to help generate offensively.
Are there things that Marchand does from a leadership standpoint you ask of other people, or is that a collective effort?
No, I think it's collective with the group that we have. I think we have some other guys that have good leadership qualities, but I think when you lose your captain and obviously one of your better players, everybody has to step up in that department and make sure that their voice is being heard the right way and that they not just talk about it, but they go out and do it by example as well.
So you have 3 guys wearing A's tonight, or is something you wear a C?
We'll have 3 A's like we did last game. Yeah.
How do you decide? Is that a you decision?
Yeah, we talk about it as a staff. Yeah.
Like Marshy, Frederick, you, Charlie, all guys can bring energy to the basement and inject back to the lineup without them. Where do you see that coming from? Guys have tried to the other night.
Yeah.
Seems like that was kind of lacking about those guys.
I thought we had good energy last game, actually, considering it was back-to-back. I thought Casty stepped up, like you said. I think VL can provide some of that. Obviously, he's a physical presence. He's hard on the forecheck. But I think going back to even like the leadership part, collectively, I think we all have to step up and bring that energy level and raise it. I think like I said before, it's an opportunity for us to embrace the challenge. Obviously, we're dealing with some injuries like a lot of teams are dealing with, but it's a chance for us to embrace the challenge that's ahead of us and try to raise our game again, like to another level if we can.
You always ask guys when they come up to play to their definition, the VL seems to do that.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward player. He gets the puck in the neutral zone. He likes to play behind on the forecheck, get in there and be physical. And he goes to the net. I mean, he's had a couple of opportunities around the net front in the last couple of games. So, maybe one of them will go in. But, yeah, he's here to provide energy, provide a physical presence, and just kind of, like you said, do what he's been doing.
Been a long time since Jordan Osterberg's played. Is there something you wanted or need to see from him?
Yeah, I want to see, and we want to see Ozzy playing the game with his feet more. I want to see him with good gaps in the neutral zone. I'd like to see him closing plays in three-quarter ice as opposed to in our own zone because, Ozzy's not the biggest guy, but when he plays with a good stick, if he has a good gap, he can shut down plays in the neutral zone. So we're looking for good gaps from Ozzy, and then obviously we need some offense from him as well at the blue line. Swayman.
Those guys in the lineup, and we're of course going to miss them, but it's also an opportunity. I look at it as an opportunity for, all of us individually and together as a team to everyone kind of step up and have a little more responsibility to try to fill that. 'Cause it's not one guy going to come up and be Marshy. No one can do that. But we can all take another little step together. Bring that leadership-wise. It can be kind of spread throughout, and on the ice too, the way we play and the way we got to come out and the focus that we got to bring too when you're missing pieces like that. And he brings so many different elements to the game that we're going to miss. So, like I said, no one's going to be him individually, but together we can kind of all take a little piece of that and bring it tonight and help out that way.
You've got a younger line mate now too. Is that leadership get sort of personal and specific when you're trying to help a guy like that a little?
Yeah, it can. You want to make sure he knows what's going on and making sure he's comfortable and talking a lot too. Especially younger guys. I remember when I was younger, I didn't, sometimes you can kind of keep quiet and you just kind of try not to be almost in the way, but it's not the right mindset to have. Like, we want guys to come in and be able to feel comfortable and talk and use their voice, and especially talk on the ice, but also on the bench and locker room, things like that. Helps open you up a little more, and it's good for us. It shows that you're in it, and like I just touched on there with the leadership, and come from those guys too. Just because you've played a couple games, or if you've played 1,000 games, whatever. Like, we need guys talking, bringing energy, and adding to the mix, and that's why hockey's a team game, and we need everyone a part of that.
Still special for you when you come in and there's an A on your sweater?
Of course it is. Yeah, it's an honor, and it's just kind of another added incentive for myself to, hey, I got to be on and bring that leadership and do what I do to help play the right way and help the team win and do the best I can, and leading by example. So it's things I already tried to do, but if anything, it's another incentive. Like, hey, it's a big time deal to have that. It's an honor and a privilege, and you can't forget that. So you got to take advantage of that, and that's something I got to continue to do and work on.
Charlie, have you talked to Brad? If so, how's he doing?
Brad seems like he's always in good spirits, and you see him. He's always got his head down and just putting in work, no matter what it is. No matter if he's injured, if he's playing that night, whatever. He's putting in work and doing something and getting better or getting right. So that's how he was today when I saw him, and he's always just positive, and it's those guys who, he knows he's not playing tonight, right? And you can kind of sit off to the side and kind of be quiet, but like, he's always helping in some sort of way, whether it's a small way or a big way or whatever. He's always adding to that, and that's going around today, and just being that energetic guy. You've seen it before, like, guys can come in and they're hurt, it's a tough situation, you've seen guys mope around, things like that, but like, hey, we're still gonna play a game. He's still a part of it. We're still a part of it. Everyone in here is a part of it, and he knows that, and so he brings that energy and that good energy, and just kind of talking with guys and things like that, and then leading by example. Like I said, he's doing what he can to get better, and he always does that. So it's just another day for him to do that and get ready.
How big of a void does it leave when Marshy's going to be out for a little bit, just leadership-wise, performance on the ice-wise, just his presence and all that stuff?
Yeah, for sure. It's strange. I mean, a guy who, since the moment I got here has had a big role with this group, with this team and this organization. So we have so much respect for him and the way that he does carry himself. And it's great to see also, even though he's injured, he's still going to bring a component of that. Coming into the rink today, just having his personality around the room is very helpful. But on the ice, definitely a big missing component that we need. And for right now, we're just going to try and have that next man up mentality and go from there.
That kind of been the mantra for a little while now, because there's been a bad stretch as far as injuries, obviously, for you guys.
For sure. It is sort of mantra whenever that kind of happens, but right now we've had a little bit more injuries than usual. You're going to face those things throughout the year. It's that adversity, and I think for us, approaching it in a way of accepting that challenge, not kind of shying away from it, and then also looking at it from a component of an opportunity for us. Guys that might not play as much or have certain roles on this team can kind of expand that in these times. So it's always great to see, and I think our group definitely has the guys that want to continue to help, continue to get better, and kind of fill that void.
Nashville's had their struggles this year, but what's the challenge against them tonight?
I think you look at their lineup, and maybe they haven't played as well as they would be on paper, but offensively they have a lot of high-end talent. For us, I think we want to continue to focus on the defensive structure of our game, and from there we'll create more offense, but definitely not allowing them to, get too many goals or go on the power play is kind of the objective tonight.
I know the trade deadline is stressful and strange every year, but is there a little bit more to it this time around, just given the position that the team is in? And kind of Sweens has been fairly public with saying, guys may get traded in, you may trade for players. It's kind of a different sort of thing going in. Is that added to the stress level or added to the uncertainty maybe for the guys going into the deadline?
Yeah, I mean, you never like that feeling of uncertainty. I don't think anybody does. Nobody really likes change either, but for us and the approach that we've had, including myself, is just going day by day, contributing to this group and being the best part of it as I can be. I've obviously loved being a Boston Bruin, want to continue to be a Boston Bruin, but for our group in general, it has been different. In years past, we're kind of adding to go for that push, and this year's a little different, but I still have a lot of faith in this group, the guys that we have within this room, and I wouldn't want to be battling with anybody else. So for me and this group, I think it's just kind of about going day by day and controlling the things that you can control. Outside of that, there's some hard realities that might have to be faced, but you kind of cross those bridges when you come to them.
Brendan, this time of year, where are you? How do you stand? How often you look at it, or how often that message going across? What's it like the 20 games last year? Feels like there's no more difference.
Yeah, it's been a lot different this year than years past. I've been paying a lot more attention to the standings. I'll say in years past I haven't even really looked at it, just kind of knowing playoff position-wise. But I think it's a good thing to kind of have right in front of our faces. And like I said earlier, embrace that challenge, not be afraid of it. So it's a little different. We're in a tight spot, but all it takes is one good stretch of hockey here, and you never know, you can get hot at the right time. So like I said, a lot of faith within this group, and we're going to continue to look at those standings, but all in all, focus on one game at a time.
To kind of follow up on what Joe was talking about there, what is this week like for you, really any player, emotionally, with what can lie ahead?
Yeah, it depends on how much you like to put your thoughts towards it, I guess you could say. For me, I'm just trying to focus on the day in and day out, doing my job to the best of my ability, but there's no denying that there's a timeline. The trade deadline comes up each year, and it's probably stressful for a lot of guys, and it's a little different this year, but we're just going to continue to do what we're doing, and like I said, control what we can control.
Brandon, you may have talked about this before we walked over, so forgive me for re-asking something. Have you been in touch with Brad, and if so, how's he doing?
He's doing well. Marshy, he's the kind of guy, whenever anything kind of goes negatively with him, he'll come in the next day, and just his character is kind of to move next to the next step. So, he's doing well. I have, full faith that he'll recover really fast, and just his presence around the room will be wanted and needed at this time. So he's still a big boost for us in that way, coming in during practice, just kind of communicating with guys. And we'll be looking forward to getting back on the ice.
When you see a guy like that go down like he did on Saturday, and he's not moving right at first, what's that like, as a teammate to see that?
Yeah, it's awful. On either side of the puck, whether it's their guys, our guys, we're all out there competing hard. You never want to see anybody get hurt. But it is part of the game. I know I've been in that position, and I know the way that the guys feel for me. You have that same sort of empathy for everybody else. So you never want to see a guy's season get cut at all, or just situations where they're going to miss some games. He's obviously a big component of our group, so it stings definitely when you see that it's number 63 on the ice. But overall, just for anybody, you have that same sort of empathy and care that they're okay as a human being first, and then hockey player second.